It is the 26th of the 7th, 2013. This is your Radioactive Reality. Now, I know I've been gone a long time, long hiatus from the insanity. That is the news. And it's good to be back. It really is. Let's go ahead and get started. Start off on unformidable news. Tepco has a different view of safety than the public. The president of Tepco Electric Power Company admitted that the utility was wrong in not acknowledging that the radioactive water from the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant was leaking into the ocean for more than a month. A month? More like more than 2 years. And that the primary blame lay on the lack risk management of the radioactive water. He acknowledged that Tepco officials had suspected contaminated groundwater was moving into the Pacific for more than a month before the announcement on July 22nd, but were concerned about worrying the public and facing the ire of local fishermen. The chief of Japan's National Federation of Fisheries stated that the utility had betrayed the public after denying the leaks for more than 2 years, despite spikes in radiation levels found in underground and ocean water samples. And that's a fact. Quote, rather than proactively inform the public of potential risks, we retreated to negative thinking and tried to gather more data to ensure that there was a problem because it was going to be a major announcement. He told the press, quote, we've been trying to reform but repeatedly made the same mistake. Obviously our efforts are not enough. We're really sorry. Really sorry indeed. E&E News. Tepco Advisor Blasts Tepco, quote, you do not know what you're doing. Japanese Times, time for government to take over Fukushima Daiichi, question mark? Well, the fact is that the government is running Tepco. The taxpayer bought out Tepco over a year ago, and it is pretty much government property at the moment. So any runaround we get, it's not Tepco, it's the Japanese government. One and the same. Japanese government, it's inevitable that Fukushima radioactive water will be dumped into the Pacific Ocean. Tepco has no choice, and of course they don't have any choice. They have at least 3 major reactors, MOX fuel reactors, that's with plutonium, leaking directly into the Pacific Ocean for over 2 years now, and they have no way of controlling this situation, and it will be ongoing for many millions of years yet to come. The insanity continues. Expert, blown out well in the Gulf remains, quote, plenty dangerous. Will material plugging flow of gas hold? New flyover rig carcass. They have videos of that. Of course, that's the big gas leak in the Gulf of Mexico. They're saying sand and sediment has collapsed the pipeline and plugged the hole, and the fire is out, but the rig has pretty much melted, and some pretty graphic pictures going on around the internet if you care to look. Mysterious steam at Fukushima Unit number 3, NPR, quote, fuel could have shifted or worse, restarted nuclear reactions. Tepco, quote, we still don't know for sure what the cause is, and again, they're very sorry. Seems the temperature has remained the same in this spot since October 2011, and Fukushima Diaries is reporting that the temperature is over 15 degrees Celsius than the air temperature surrounding reactor number 3. Chaos over 4 underground oil blowouts in Canada. Quote, everybody is freaking out about this. Spills cannot be stopped. There is no off button. Leaking since winter. And apparently they are fracking this oil in Canada to get it out of the ground, and they put high pressure so they can pump it out through their wells. But the cap rock is apparently broken in several places, and this overpressurized oil goop whatever is pouring out of the ground, and they can't stop it. It's not like they can just turn off the pressure. They've already put it all down there, and they've got to wait until the pressure subsides before they can do anything else in this area. Now, apparently this is all taking place on a Canadian military base, so of course there is no media or flyovers to be expected on this disaster at all, and it continues. They're saying it's over 35 acres in size. I imagine it's much bigger than that. And again, sand and sediment collapse into the area being drilled, blocking the line. That's the oil well in the Gulf of Mexico. And they're saying the gas flow has stopped. Entirely possible leaking nuclear material from Fukushima is going to the U.S. and Canada. Bloomberg. Quote, fish contamination concerns have spread beyond Japan. We've been going on and on about this, several of us online, about the danger to our food supply, and where a large percentage of the world's food comes from or directly from the Pacific Ocean. And you got to remember this, the seaweed is an emulsifier, and it is pretty much put in everything. Come here, Skylar. I have a new puppy. His name is Skylar. He is a blue heeler boxer husky mix. He's about 7 weeks old, and he's into everything. What do you do? Japan, senior Japan officials, nuclear material flowing into ocean, a grave matter. Situation at Fukushima is deplorable, has been deplorable, and will continue to be deplorable for several million years. Officials say suffocation risk at giant Louisiana sinkhole. Now this is bayou corn, or like I like to call lake corn right now. Spewing gas could cause explosion hazard. And where'd the other one go? Louisiana sinkhole now 24 acres. Officials issue cease and desist order after gas found approaching explosive levels. They can't seem to find the bottom of this thing. They went out with a 750-foot measuring cord and dropped the whole thing, and could not find the bottom. Now, with today's technologies, they can't find a depth finder to get the real depth of this situation, and other holding tanks in the same salt dome are starting to have problems. So definitely something to pay attention to and keep an eye on. The insanity continues. It just continues. Over to Fukushima Daiichi daily news. Tepco, the steam may be from inside the reactor, reactor number 3. A certain volume of N2 gas is missing. Apparently they're still injecting nitrogen into these cold reactors to keep fusion from taking place. And again, the temperature has remained just about the same since October 2011 when it was measured then. The steam in the area is over 15 degrees Celsius hotter than the atmosphere. And again, the hottest water on the Earth's surface temperature is just off the coast of Fukushima, and that goes to show that these the corium has broken through containment and is in the environment and is leaching directly into the Pacific Ocean. The problem is much more extreme than they ever want us to know about. But don't worry, folks. Enjoy your seafood. It's in everything. And yeah, that's about all I'm going to put out tonight. Of course, if I missed anything, please let me know. Attach your comments or videos below. It's nice to be back. Enjoy what you can, everybody. Thanks.